Greetings, everybody. This is Sir Markadu, your economic evangelist and your heart of a hustler. It's an awesome night to be alive and to be able to service you. Hey, come on in if you want to be a part of the Bold Move movement for financial improvement. This is it. Make sure you get your children and your grandchildren to the set, because one of the things that we want to acknowledge to our children is to allow them to understand not only uh, the prevent trying to save your credit and all this and that, is that they never have bad credit in the first place. So we're going to go in that world of why our communities are way better off with dealing with credit and credit repair. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this puppy up right now. And I want you to invite your friends, family, in-laws, and some of your outlaws, and let them know that we are here tonight, not just to serve, just our friends and family, but some of the people that don't like us sometimes, right? So, I mean, it's very, very important that we share with Lottie Dottie, everybody but a dead body. That's what this is all about. Is teaching each one, reach one, each one, teach one. That's what this whole thing is all about. So tonight we're gonna wait for you to just real quick invite some friends and family in. So why credit is so important to our communities? And I have some two special guests, Ahmad and Nakisha. They're going to be on tonight. This is being brought to you by Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Please go on and check out our website. Our website is right there. You can see some of the great things that we do. How to create your own online store. It's the first tab at the top, right there. Air fresheners, burning oils, black soap, lotion, bubble bath, body oil for men and women. My book is on there. Bottles, exotic blends, burners, incense, lighters, sage, shea butter, touch lamps, gloves. They're on there. Please go on and check us out. And if you're looking forward to doing something great for your youth and young adults, one thing I realized in this whole scheme of things is that we're talking about credit tonight, and I believe that we have a better understanding of credit and what it can do, what it can't do. I think when you're making money, you're in the game. It's like going to a class and learn about how to buy property and how to buy land and all that. And then after the class is over, you don't have the money to even participate. So I still believe that we're obligated to each other is to teach our loved ones, our children, and our grandchildren, give them the opportunity to start their own business. Also being brought to you by ChronicKiller.com, okay? If you need to reach out to me, my number is 404-578-3549. And I'm not beyond reproach. I'm ready to talk to people all the time. It's also being brought to you by the Black Billionaires Club, okay, where they teach you how to level up and level out. It's a really great organization. So please share this with others. And if you like some of the comments that are being displayed tonight, please like on it as well. Also, economicevangelismuniversity.com. Go check out that page. This is where we come over once or maybe twice a month, and we troubleshoot a lot of the things that are, at least all the things that we dispel a lot of the myths about business and why we should or should not be doing it. But we break down a lot of that stuff. It's really good. Please come on out and visit us at Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia, okay? And check out my packages too. This is a great opportunity. Now, I'm well aware that our next wave of business owners are ex-drug addicts, ex-gangbangers, ex-felons, ex-prostitutes. We have a lot of obligation to a lot of our young brothers and sisters that are going through the craziness that our world is offering us today. Okay, we need each other, so we're going to deal with that right now. Okay, if you want to reach out to the warehouse, they go to warehouse right there, and we're going to go ahead and make that happen. When you come on down, bring your children and your grandchildren down for a tour. That's major. I mean, that's really major that you bring your kids down for a tour, okay? And they're going to address again, so Heavenly Body Products, and we're going to reach on down here, and we're going to get this thing fired up, and let's get going. We don't want to waste too much of your time. We're not going to be on all night, so please, this is what I would love for you to do: get a pen and some paper. Okay, you're going to learn from some experts tonight on what's going on I'm going to set them free. I'm going to let them go and let them go ahead and attack this market, because we need help, and we get ready to get some now. So we're going to deal with that right about now. I'm just going to remove something here. Stop that. I'm going to screen share. Let me show screen. Okay, Chrome. Okay, I think that's it right there. Let's share. Nope, that ain't it. Okay, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. And there we go. All right, we get ready to go on. I think our speakers, are y'all ready? Okay, they're in the back office now. They're ready to come out and share about what's really going on in our community. Okay, share there. There we go. We'll put that there. All right. And this is Ahmad and Nikisha. And we're going to talk about this in a minute. But without further ado, I'm going to invite my there they go.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, we cannot complain. This is an opportunity where it is very important in this day and time for everyone to understand how important credit is. I always say in some of my broadcasts, I'm your credit guru. And the reason why I say I'm your credit guru, because I always tell everybody, you can have a lot of money, but if you don't have good credit, having a lot of money is just like having bad credit, because money cannot get you places that somewhere your credit could get you. Nowadays, your credit plays an important part, like renting a car.
No. You're not going that fast.
Let me back up a little bit.
Run the whole broadcast right now. I know you're not.
Yeah, he will.
I already know. It's very important. You said something very important about you can have a lot of money and credit can get you where money can't. But I will. I'm going to defend both, because it's both ways. That pendulum swings both ways. Because you can have great credit and don't have no money. What good is it? I can have $1 million. I bet you I can do way more than somebody got a lot of credit and no money. I guarantee you that. So they both work together. If you know what I'm doing. So with this, how we gonna do it? Well, I want to introduce you to. I want to let people know who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do. So,
all right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Ahmad Thornton, and this right here is my lovely wife, Nikisha Thornton. We are a team of teaching people what it means to have good credit. Even if you start from the bottom, that's okay, because everybody has to start somewhere. Okay. Not only do we teach you about having good credit, but we teach you how to protect your credit, protect your identity, set of trusted wills, these things that are so important. Just imagine a loved one who you love so much passing away, and they do not have the finances to take care of the burial. Credit can offer that, okay? With the understanding of having good credit, there's just so many doors that can open. As Mr. Sir Markadu said, you can have $1 million, but if you don't have the understanding how to operate that $1 million, what good does it do for you to have that $1 million? Credit is just the same way. If you don't understand how credit works, good credit from bad credit, then you won't know how to utilize the credit when you have it.
I just want to speak on a industry side. I have over 20 years of banking and accounting experience.
Nice.
I know that this world is going to a cashless environment. I know that the coin shortage is not by mistake, by accident. That is done on purpose. That is done because the value of money is changing. The economic standard today is changing. We're in a recession. The COVID, all this is playing a part. Everything that has happened from 9/11 to the different presidencies, all this has, history shows it plays a part. We can go back to the Depression. All this has a part, but it's important to establish credit. And I recently have lost my job. And the reason I'm in this is so that I can, one, provide a service to people who, because of COVID, are using all their resources. They're using all their cash. They don't have any cash. There's no jobs. People are getting laid off, getting furloughed, and they're using their credit cards. Well, what's that going to do? Their debt's going to go skyrocketing, and when they need it, it's not available. So what we're here to do is we're here to offer and say, hey, right now, there are ways that if you've had past, if your credit score's not that good, if you've had past debts, if you've had student loans, if you've had foreclosures, bankruptcies, there's a way that legally that can get off your credit. That can boost your credit score. And then what is going on in the economy now cannot have such a huge impact and dent on your credit. So that's what we're here for, is to provide a service, but also offer an opportunity for those who don't have a job and are needing some income and resource in their home.
Yes, and I'm glad we're going to get to some of that. I want some of your folks to really open up your minds right now. You know how I am. I'm the other side of their mind right now. I'm the one that says make as much money as you can. The economy is doing what it's doing. It's not going to affect everybody. It's not going to affect me whatsoever. I don't care what goes on.
Right.
I'm always going to be making money, and my credit is great enough to deal with anything. And the only reason why I said it like that is because if I can do it from being, from being X this and X that, I want us to understand and get away from us older folk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Focus on our children and our grandchildren. Let's give them the opportunity to not go through what you're going through, or what we're going through as a community, because only 1 to 2% get a chance to experience life on their terms. And for the other 98 to 99%, you're never going to experience what it's like until there's a chance that we can filter. Now, you said something that made a lot of sense to somebody like me to understand. You said something about we are at some point going to go cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, I hope that doesn't happen while I'm alive. I don't want to see that. I never thought I'd see a black president, and I did.
Right.
Never thought I'd see a pandemic, and I did. So now I'm gonna ask you a question, Sister.
Yes.
When do you have a prediction for when we might go cashless?
I would say within probably within the 10 to 20 years. It's in the works. We're going through, they're trying to do Bitcoin. They're trying to do cryptocurrency.
That's right. It's happening.
Well, yes, but the government is trying to find a way to regulate so that they can get something out of it too. There's always
it's a catch-22.
Right.
I get yours, you get mine. You know, that type of feeling when it's coming to regulation. Here we already see other countries on the other side using Bitcoin, cryptocurrency to get money. And even much so, you know, they're looking at it from the opportunity side. Hey, if you get this, you can make a whole lot of money. We're saying like in 24 to 72 hours. But the downfall is if you don't have the understanding, the knowledge of how the cryptocurrency, the Bitcoins, those type of things work, there once again, it can be like the stock market.
That's the side of it. And listen, if 1% of the whole population is in business, maybe 2% at the most, can you imagine what's going to happen when we talk about cryptocurrency? That's a whole different beast. Now, I want to go back to and I'm not government bashing. What I want to say is, what's your prediction? Because we're going to get to this whole thing. And I want to know, what is your prediction when it comes to the government being a part of the cryptocurrency market? Is that something that's real and viable and is going to happen?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's already, like you said, it's already in the process, and the government is trying to figure a way right now to how they can benefit, how they can tax it, how they can draw interest and income off of that. So that's something that's been in the process. I want to take you back to when we were writing checks not too long ago. Well, it took a natural disaster, the terrorists on 9/11, to change the process of check writing. And I happened to be in banking at that time, and it halted the monetary because most of the checks were transferred through the air, through the different banks. If they weren't locally driven in by couriers, they were flown in to the different Federal Reserves, to the different clearing houses, and to the different banks. Well, when the 9/11 happened and the plane system halted, it halted all the monetary. We nearly crashed. Our stock market nearly crashed because of the monetary. So then Check 21 went into place. So then that prevented kiting and I can't think of the other, where when you write a check and then checks were processed that same day. Well, people stopped writing checks because that's too much to have. And I know for myself, I hardly ever carry cash. It's so much easier for me to use my card. And a lot of people are doing that because, well, it's so much easier. I worked for the Dallas Cowboys, and I monitored they have only NFL team or any professional team that has a private club. And I monitored all the members' accounts, and all that was by credit. Nothing was done on cash, very rarely, but it was all done by credit. And it's easier to monitor. It's easier for businesses. It charges a fee. What's 2%? What's 3%?
3.
Bank drafts. You know, if I don't have the cash, what are my other means? So that's where the government is saying, I can make more, and businesses say, I can make more by charging 2-3% and getting my money and you reaping the cost. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to start doing that. They're going to start charging you to use your credit card, use your debit card.
It's already happening. We're one of those companies. I charge that fee back to I don't eat those fees.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, let me get to a certain space. I believe that I hope, and the ones that are on listening right now, I hope you did pay attention, really share this event, because this is one of the ones that a lot of people don't want to listen to. We're laughing. It's true. We as a people, we could be listening to something like this, and we're just tune out. You know, especially if you're not involved in the economics of your household, you know,
Right.
it's tore up from the floor up. And the thing that I love to tell people is that you have an opportunity to change things around, to flip things over. And it's just a matter of time. And the things that we're talking about right now, it may not affect you now, but it's going to affect you later. I just want to do something real quick. We're going to go on to some other things. I just want to bring in some of the people. I hope we're not breaking up anymore. Aaron said, good evening. Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
And then she's saying hi. He's saying hi. RJ's in the house. What's up, RJ? Kendra, I'm doing great. I am doing fine. I'll be doing better when you come back to the forefront and let's make some money together. We'll need each other. That's Yvette said we always need each other. Absolutely. Hi, kings and queens, everybody. The store, there we go. She said, I have an online store. I'm a Chronic Killer distributor. Okay. Nate. What's up, brother Nate? See how brother Nate did that? Nate didn't even come in saying hi. Nate came in putting his email address or business out there. That's how you do it. Anytime you get on a business feed, I'm telling all y'all, you on one of my feeds and I'm on there, I'm talking, just start dropping your information there. Don't even say nothing. Don't say hi to me or nothing. Just drop your website in there, drop your email in there, and your phone number, whatever you're going to drop in there, and then say hi everybody later, because the people that are on, sometimes people are on for only 10, 15, 30 seconds. So if they see some interest in what you posted, that's what's going to make them at least click in on your thing. He said CMOS. Oh, so see there, he's in the CMOS business. Let's see. Happy Monday. That's Angela. Hello, everybody there. What's going on? Let's see, Angela. There you go. She put it right out there. Go right to their sites. And so Benjamin just came in. What's up, Benjamin? I was down there over the weekend. You wasn't at the store Saturday. Okay, Ben, I'm sorry about that. Rory T. Edwards, my brother from another mother, all the way over in Las Vegas. Let me say, so you can send the bill. Visit me at, there we go. Please go visit Rory. He's one of the greatest speakers that I've met. I mean, he's really a great speaker. He's almost as good as me. So let's get back in there.
You know, you said something about being an entrepreneur, and it is. In this time, we're seeing with all the layoffs and the furloughs because of COVID, more and more people are getting into entrepreneurship, not just because they want to bring income into the house, but because they've had a goal, they've had a dream and a vision, and now is the time. Now is the time to seize on that dream and vision you have. And if I could say anything on this, I tell people, go and do what you need to do, what makes you happy. Because the 9 to 5 job that I had, and I made great money, and I love doing what I'm doing, but I have never felt so much freedom in my life as being an entrepreneur, as being helping people restore their credit, helping people in general. I've been able to get, my husband and I, we both don't have a job, but we have a business doing credit restoration, and we have a nonprofit. And I sit there and I say, we're about building kingdom. This is a kingdom. We're all a kingdom. We're all kingdom people, and we're all about building and helping. Our goal is to help others get to where they want to be. Whether it's creating your own business, creating your own nonprofit, whatever it is, I'm telling you right now, go and do what it is, because now is the time. Don't wait till after COVID's over with, because that's only short-lived. Go do what you want to do. Go be a business person. Go be whatever it is that you want to be in life.
And that is so true, because even the proverb says, you leave an inheritance for your children's children, so your children's children can leave an inheritance. That is so important because I went to college. I did the bachelor's degree, the master's degree, which I both have. But there's one thing that college did not teach me, and that was the tools of finance. When I say finance, how to make money, how to have the longevity of saving, being that entrepreneur. And it wasn't until my father had introduced me to be an entrepreneur and saying, hey, do you want to be on that treadmill, that rat race of working that 9 to 5, somebody having their thumb on you where you are trading your time in for that dollar? Or do you want to create your wealth? And the more I thought about it, I wanted to create my wealth because it just takes, and I wanted everybody to hear this, it just takes a little bit of hustle. If you got a little bit of hustle in you, and you got that dream in you, inside you, that just keeps burning you, that wakes you up in the middle of the night, you know you are meant and you are called to be that entrepreneur. Whether you are going to help somebody, whether you're going to encourage somebody, whether you're going to change somebody's life, if you are meant to be that entrepreneur, then I'm telling you, it's fascinating. There's many nights that my dream would keep me up. From creating a nonprofit organization, from doing credit restoration to selling hand sanitizer. There is so many different streams of income that are going on that my wife and I have. We not just do one thing, we do multiple things. Why? Because one dream leads to another dream. And that's the whole point of being entrepreneur. It's just not about making money, but it's about changing lives.
Amen. And and I'm glad you said that dream turned into another dream, because I believe, now I hope this makes sense to everybody that's hearing my voice. It's really your visions that carries you. It's not your dreams, because dreams are to me is while you're sleeping. You can live out your dreams, only in your dreams while you sleep. But as your vision, as your dreams come out, when you wake up, those dreams turn into your visions. And you go from one vision to the next vision, to the next vision, because you can see things that the average person can't see. I'm telling you, folks, that what we're talking about right now, we're going to get to the credit stuff. And we're touching a little bit. To create business and wealth, we're talking about generational wealth. And there it is. What does generational wealth mean to you? Well, generational wealth means that I or you got to get it first. Because it ain't no such thing as generational wealth if you don't get it first. And you got to be able to have it, so now you can pass that down to others. But now we're talking about how do we prevent from people going into debt, and how do we prevent people from going into destroying their credit? You see, because as you're getting in financial trouble, there's one thing I want you to keep in mind is to keep your credit as pristine as possible. How about that?
Right.
How about that?
Right.
Absolutely. I have a dream. I maintained and did my job. I had a family, I had a multiple income. I had everything, and life circumstance changed just like that. And I had to file bankruptcy, and then I met my husband and got married, and we tried to buy a house. I mean, I had the income, he had the credit, but because he didn't have the income, we couldn't get it. So you have to have, it takes two. And so it wasn't until just not too long ago, he worked on my credit and got it restored enough to where we could both be on it, because both together we were able to purchase a home. I say all that because what we do in the past, and I have the saying, our past is who we are, but we can't let it affect who we're going to be. And things happen. We've done some things in our past, personally in our finances, that now is affecting us today. And what we're here to help you is, the past is the past. It can be erased. We're going to work on the present and the future. And that's what this is about, is working on our present situation and building towards our future, building for ourselves, and then building, like you said, for our children, our grandchildren, and teaching them. We have to teach.
Yeah.
We have to teach.
Yeah.
If we don't teach,
Yeah.
we're just repeating the cycle. And then the definition of sanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result.
That's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It's very much a vicious cycle.
And you know, you sit there and you say, well, I don't know why I'm still broke. And and then if you look back, your parents were broke. This is a cycle. And we've got to break the cycle. And like you said, only we can break that.
What we did. No, I know you hit it around the nose, but I'm just with that vicious cycle. We gotta understand family business, right? You said about teaching each other. Everything that we do right now has to be on each one, reach one, each one, teach one. And it has to happen. You hit it right on the nose, sister. I mean, Keisha, you hit it right on the nose. Because I believe that the teachers and the educators they're gonna change the way. I know it's gonna happen, and a lot of bad things gonna happen till we get to where we got. Where we're gonna get to. But the teaching and the educating of economic systems, it has to happen like that. That's the only thing that's left in our repertoire. We need to take advantage of the economic shift right now.
Exactly.
Right now. So we as individuals that are educators like we are, we have to do more lives, more StreamYard. We got to learn these other platforms so that we can. But we got to go harder on teaching our young adults, 17, 18, 19, 20. We'll get to those younger ones. But if I teach somebody that's 18, 19-year-old, I'm sure they got a little brother and sister. All we do is we say, you got to go back home and you got to teach your little brother and sister.
Well, and it goes back to the old saying, everything has to start from the home. Everything has to start. What we do has to be reflection on what's going on in the home. And then others will see, well, y'all got a new car. How'd y'all get a new car? Well, we take care of home.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Everybody wonder how we got the new car.
We have a new car. And they want to know, how is it? Y'all don't have no jobs. Well, we taking care of some things in our home. But it starts within home and then it trickles down because they see, like you said, the kids will see, well, man, how did mom and dad do this?
My son works for me. He's 26, but he was 9 when that started. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a trickle down effect.
It didn't rub off on both the kids.
Right.
But 1 out of 2 ain't bad. But go ahead.
At the point my son was about 7 years old when I was teaching him this, and I was teaching him some financial basic principles. And one of the principles I was teaching him at the time was how to compound his money, which was compound interest. And he would take what I would teach him and he would hold on to his money because I gave him allowance for taking out the trash, just that very foundation, that basic stuff of how money works. And he got in school and they was learning about compound words. And he asked the teacher, is there anything like compound interest?
That's okay, because I know it. My daddy already taught me. It's something off the different, but you teach kids and they see from example. We see, and then here's the thing: it's not just in with the home. Once it goes beyond the home, it goes in the neighborhood, it goes in the community, it goes into your business, into your churches, and then it goes into the government. If we can establish a turnabout and take control of our finances now, we can control the government and how they're going to try to dictate to us how we're going to spend our money, how we're going to and not rely on them so much, because that's what they want us to do. They talk about it, but they want us to rely on them. We're going to be the lenders. They're going to be the borrowers.
Okay, I love this now, because now how do we shift the mindset of, of what you all teach. So let's get here. Let's get in there. Let's tell us about your credit restoration. Tell us what that all mean. Maybe what I need to do is bring up. Let's see. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring this up on so we'll know we have somewhat of a. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Okay, tell us about what's going on here.
So first of all, it's two parts. The credit part is the credit restoration, where you as the customer, when you sign up, you get the credit restoration, the credit monitoring, which is the smart credit. Because when you use third-party companies such as Credit Karma, they don't actually use a system that actually tells your actual score. They use a FICO system. With our program, you actually see your credit score from TransUnion and Equifax. If you go and buy a car or anything, normally they run your Equifax report.
Yeah.
Okay. So with this program, you're actually getting to see what your credit score is. On the other hand, if you're needing help restoring your credit, we have lawyers that fight on your behalf, meaning they see what's on your credit. If anything's wrong that is needing to be disputed on your credit, your name could be spelled wrong. They will send a letter to you to send to the credit bureau, and the credit bureaus have to remove that items off your credit. Okay. So
there's other things like it'll teach you how to budget. There's a fraud protection. And someone asked us, we were talking about this weekend, and someone asked us, well, what's the difference between you and Lexington Law? Well, Lexington Law goes so far and that's it. They'll say, oh, we can't do any more. These are actual lawyers that know the verbiage, know how to look in and say, no, they can remove student loans. They can remove bankruptcies. They can remove medical. By law, no medical bill is supposed to be on your credit. That's a law. But yet medical companies try to put it on your credit report, and the creditors allow it.
I don't know about try. I think they're actually doing it.
Yeah, they're actually doing it. And people don't know that the medical bills are not supposed to be on your credit report.
Not supposed to be on there. So they go in and they write legal jargon that we don't know how to say. I mean, yes, you could probably do it yourself, but this is legal jargon that they can go in. They can go in and look at the contract. And like I said, if my name is actually is in a space capital K, and if it's not right, they can go in and remove that because of of how my legal document, my birth certificate says, and my social security says. If those are not matching up, and you can remove it. If you're going through a divorce, one of the ladies we talked to this weekend, she never took on her husband's name, but things were put in under the married name. Well, that's not legal. Her legal name, it never changed. So there's different things. And then there's, like I said, we have offer ways to credit monitoring, identity monitoring. My husband and I try to get some flooring, and the credit company, their bank, we had to talk to them, and we had to answer a bunch of questions that only we knew. Nobody else can know about it. And even for them to process our credit. It's that secure and that high. This is things that is offered under this credit restoration program. And it's through United Credit Education Services is who the program is through, or it's through.
And so for that reason, besides all that, on the flip side, as you can see on the flyer, the FES stands for Financial Education Services. This is where you get the opportunity to do what we're doing, to teach everyone that you come in contact with how to not only understand finances, about the credit, understand finances, how to make money, but you get to be an agent. And so with that combination, we just felt like at the time, because when it was introduced to us, we immediately understood the importance of credit, understood the importance of finances. And so it cost us as an agent to get in only $288. What do you spend $288 on an everyday basis? Shoes, clothes, food.
Eating out.
Okay. $288 is not a whole lot of money. Some people will say it is when they don't see a big hurry up turnaround. But our coach, who is $1 million owner,
$1 million man.
he's $1 million man, multi-million dollars, is in this company. And he said, this is not a quick rich scheme. You don't get rich overnight. You have to put the work in. And this is the reason why I say, if anybody has a little hustle and their heart is really about helping people, come help somebody better themselves. It's nothing like helping somebody better themselves. And this is my guideline. I love how Jesus helped his disciples become better. He said, you will do greater works than I do. Okay. So if you're trying to help somebody get to that next level, help them to understand the times, how important it is to have their finances in order so they can go to that next level, come help them. And this is what we're offering. You will not be left behind when you come on the team.
So
You will have my wife and I.
So you're talking about distributors right now. So you're looking
Distributors,
Agents.
agents.
Yeah.
It's $188 to become a customer to get your credit fixed.
$89 a month. And it's not a contract. It's like when you get your credit score to where you want it to be, you're out. You don't have to do anymore.
Okay, so this is the opportunity. So this is the what's this? This is business online. This is for the agents right here, correct?
The FES is for the agents,
agents.
and the UCES is for the customers.
Right.
So the UCS is the actual program, the credit building, the credit restoration, that's credit monitoring. That is actually the program to get in. The FES is for you to be an agent to sell, to recruit customers, to get in customers, and you make money off of recruiting customers.
Okay.
So it's a two-part process. You don't have to be an FES agent to
enjoy the
credit,
enjoy the credit restoration.
but it's included all together.
So,
And then here's another kicker: as an FES agent, you're automatically given is it $100,000 life insurance?
Yes,
No,
sir.
no medical review or anything. You're automatically given that as an agent.
so that's even if you just coming in, or do you have to be at a certain level?
No,
You coming in.
Just coming in. And
Yes,
so
sir.
what
Yes,
do you
sir.
have to do? You have to stay active for so much time, or
No, it's just coming in. You're automatically given that, and then yes, you have to stay active.
Okay.
So once you're not active, of course, that life insurance is transferable. It is transferable to anywhere else, or it's transferable to another family member.
okay. So is this the opportunity information right here?
Yes.
Yes. So we have our FES websites. Both of our websites are on there. This is a US based company. They are debt free. Okay. You do have to use your social security number to sign up on the FES and on the UCES. We don't see none of that information.
We don't.
But if you are needing help, you can call us. My telephone number is area code 469-307-2542.
Say it again, please.
Area code 469-307-2542. If you need to get a hold of my wife, her telephone number is area code 214-578-5217. And we will walk you through the process of either signing you up to fix your credit. If you're trying to become an agent, we'll walk you through the process. We want to let you know that you are not left alone at any point in time in this process. Okay.
And even if it's not you, even if you know somebody who is in need, who's trying to get a home or is having trouble getting a car, and they tell them, well, it's because of your credit. Please, we ask that you share this to other people that you may know who's in need, so that we were able to help them out and get them. I can give there is a testimony that there is a guy who signed up for this back in March. And when we signed up in July, his credit score changed 170 points. He was in the 400s. He was able to go buy him a brand new car. And he hadn't been able to do that. We've seen, I submitted my paperwork the beginning of this month to the credit bureaus, and 2 things have already come off of my credit report. Normally it takes 30 days when you send the letter to the creditors for them to submit to the people creditor, when you submit it to the credit bureaus, and they submit it to the creditors for them to dispute. And then it either gets removed or they'll come back with another saying no. We send that letter back to the lawyers. The lawyers review it, and then they send us another letter to send back to the creditors on our behalf, on your behalf as a customer, and send it back to the creditors, and they dispute it again. This is the process. Sometimes it takes 1 time, sometimes it takes 6 times. But it's guaranteed that it will be removed from your credit report.
I love it. I love it. And this obviously we can extend this a little longer, but we are running out of time. But what I want you all to do in this next 3 to 5 minutes, I want you to tell everybody exactly what you need them to know about YouTube, and where you want to guide them. And one question I would want to ask you, as a matter of fact, wait a minute, is there any questions out there? Does anybody want to ask any particular question? That's a good one. That's a good one. I think we're going to take the next 60 seconds and just see who out here really wants to ask you all a particular question. So the gates are open, you all. The gates are open for you to ask them a question, because I'm at this point, man. I mean, it's all about our youth and young adults right now. What we can do to get them involved, in what's going on. We have this is the 2 number. This is Ahmad's number right here. If you need to reach out to Ahmad, and this is Nikisha's phone number, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What's impressive is that you're okay with that. You're okay. You're not above reproach where somebody can't even approach you, and now you're basically giving out your number, so what? I mean, they're going to call you, and you're going to be able to assist them. And that's what this is all about. Most people say, why you put your number up there? Because I ain't scared.
I know how to block you if you're a stalker.
Yeah, it's only a call.
There is not an age limit. 60 years. I see the comments. There's no age limit. From 18 you can establish credit all the way to the time of death, and even after death, there's credit still on the person that can carry over to a family member. In some states that happens. In some states, the credit. Yeah.
Yes.
In Texas, it can happen. We live in Texas. In Texas and Missouri, if I know for a fact in Missouri, if you get a divorce, that is the wife's responsibility to carry to cover the husband's debts.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I don't want to get a divorce in this. I don't want to get a divorce. Period. But I do know some of these things that in certain states, the laws are not the same in every state. So of course, but in certain states, it's depending on the law that it could be the wife has to cover the man or at death or even at death. When my father passed away, I could have been responsible for some of his debts because I was his executor.
Wow.
And that's another thing. And that's a good point, because remember I said our past can sometimes affect our present and our future.
Yeah.
So what the debts that accumulated could have passed on to me as generation.
Why didn't it?
Well, he had health issues. He had a heart transplant, and some of those medical issues was wiped, and he had a common law wife. So guess what? She got some of that. She
got the burden.
Not me.
I do have a question. I think this is a really, really good one. If someone was going to fix their credit, you said, okay, and they had a little bit of money, and what is the number one way which thing to do to fix your credit? Is it buying a car or buying a home? If you got the money to buy a car, can that help your credit real fast?
Yes. One of the things when I repaired a credit, because I went through the process of doing accident law, because I had bought a house at 22 years old. I had 4 cars sitting in the driveway, but I ended up filing bankruptcy at 25. And because I didn't have the understanding and the knowledge of how finances work, I had to educate myself on what to look for, understanding hard inquiries from a soft inquiry. When banks, credit companies pull your credit, it's a hard inquiry, and hard inquiries can stay in your credit for 2 years. That also plays an important role, because when they do that, your credit score falls down 3 to 5 points. And each time you have 25 companies hitting your credit trying to get approved, it's pulling your credit score down, down, and down. Versus if you go with a company like Capital One, who, when I reestablished it, I went back with, my first credit limit was $300. And what I learned from that was I could not go over 30% of my credit limit. Once I was at 30%, I had to pay it back down and keep doing that process. Why? Because that built my credit score up.
Right. And here's another thing I wanted to add. Employers, look at your credit score. I don't think many people know that, but employers, if you're trying to get a job or with the city, with the government, with a major corporation, they do look at your credit score. And you could have a better education, better experience, but if your credit score is low and there's another person in running with you, they're going to take them. And the reason they say that is because, well, that shows me that you have problems managing. It shows me you have problems with structure and organization. That's what they look at.
Yeah. So even if you did, you're going after, let's say, buying a vehicle to help your credit score, it definitely, they're going to do a hard pull.
Yes.
Avoid the hard pull. Can you avoid?
A hard pull is when they go directly to the creditor. Anything that is like, I think it's 10,000 or more is considered a hard inquiry. Anything of value, of that great value, anything that has to go through a creditor for financial backing to give you the loan is a hard pull. A soft inquiry is a job, maybe a credit card can be a soft inquiry. Some credit cards are a hard inquiry.
Yeah. Or even like I discussed Credit Karma earlier. Credit Karma uses a soft pull.
Yes, because they're a credit company, but they also provide a service for you to know where your credit score is. So that's considered a soft inquiry.
So we're
discovery. I think some of the Wells Fargo, some of the banks help provide you your credit score. Well, that's a soft inquiry to your credit score, and that dings you a little bit.
Okay, so what do you need our folks to know? We got less than 2 minutes. What do you want our folks to know?
Here's the thing. If you are wanting to get your credit on the right track, please start today. Okay. We're here to help you. We're not here to scam you, take your money, anything like that. We really want people to understand in this day and time the importance of having good credit. Okay. If you're trying to just supplement the income that you have, or if you're trying to do this full time just go hard at it, we can teach you how to do that as well. The FES websites, you're able to go on, put your information in. We'll get alert once you sign up. It's the same thing for the credit side. Okay. You put your information in. We don't see none of that. All we do is just provide the website. Once you've done everything, you give us a call. We make sure that you have done the process. And if there's something that we don't understand, we call our mentor, who now is not only on the call with us, but they're also on the call with that individual as well. And all parties don't hang up until everything is solved.
I like that.
And I think just to reiterate what we've been talking about, what you do now has an effect on your generation, on your children, your children's children, and it's never too late. Is to fix your credit. It's a process, just like marriage, just like a career, just like education. It's a process, but it's a process that you want to invest in. It's something that is not just for you at this moment, but it's also for your children and your children's children come, and your friends and family. You want to help them. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help others have a better way of living, a more financial stable way of living. And we don't want to be dependent on the government, because the government is going to have us one day be dependent on them. They want it. They're headed that way.
Yeah. Well, I like to thank y'all. I thank you for the opportunity to answer a lot of questions that most people and just even answering the questions that weren't even asked. So that's major. And so just God bless y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
God bless your families, and I hope you have an awesome night. Okay. You can
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
stay in queue though. Stay in queue for me. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, folks, I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight, and I just hope that you learned something. If you felt that you learned a little something that you haven't heard before, please put it in the feed and go up and down the feed if you can, and like and love on other people's remarks. It's very good that we do that, so that we can support one another. Okay, and I hope that God just continues to bless every breath and every step you take. And I want you to stay in peace, not in pieces. Okay? So take care of yourself and take care of each other. Have a great night, everybody. Peace, love, and community service. And remember, when you master community service, you will master customer service. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and love.